What's up, Champions fam? It's the bad guy, a WWE Champion, Zeke 4 back with a brand new video. I don't know if this is going to be short, sweet, and brief, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right to the point. I want to do a very special gameplay video for y'all today because this is something really dope and close and near and dear to my heart, so I want to rock it and run it. So we're going to knock out the We're Here tour for The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, rest in paradise, my boy. But following that, we are going to complete the We're Here victory tour for Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy. Brothers united in the game. So this is going to be the one we're going to knock out first because I've already seen within my faction chat on Discord how many people dislike running the Fiend. But it's like, I love this character. I love him to death. When his pack came back and I was able to get the gear finally, I literally was saving the coins that you could get from the faction to try to pull it. When they made it just like, hey, have at it, I took it. So look, this build is what I'm running. I did get the backstage pass so we can fill in that star. But look, we even still have the legendary Showboat strap on him, okay? This man is my guy. This is just what it is. This man is my guy. The reason why we're keeping it like this is because of the Eternal Positivity plate. Whenever you break black, get purple MP back. So this is literally an old school build. I could easily replace it with 100% gem damage trap, but we're not going to do that here. What we're going to do is just run him the way that I know how to run him. And now it's nothing but the bleed. Real talk. The sub is there for just so you can bleed people out. Literally, the bleed goes for 7 turns. The sub goes for 7 turns. No more, no less. That's literally what they coincide with each other. So for this, it's real easy. Now the gear, granted, does allow me to get off to a good start. I have it set up with a loadout where it is, which I don't really even need now that I think about it. It's Carmelo Hayes because he's doing black and purple +4. Then we have Apollo Creed, 150% bleed damage. Then we have Xavier Woods as well as Kyrie Sane, 35% bleed and 25% more bleed. Now, I got to make sure something so I know that I'm reading this correctly just so I can get this right. Because if it is what I'm thinking it is, if I can start it off with everything running, then we will actually put in another bleed character. So if this is legit right and I'm reading this right, I put in Hayes just to have it. But if we can run another bleed character, then that's what we will do. Now obviously we got 2 options. It's either going to be Scott Steiner, 65% more bleed, or it's the Architect Seth, who I am leaning more towards because I think his is a little bit higher. So it might be like 1% higher. Yep, 66 instead of 65. So that's what we're going to run there because it should all be able to pop off right out of the gate, take the auto play off, and we're going to get started. So again, like there's different ways you can run Bray. I've always enjoyed him just because of how many you can play. And no lie, I would love to see an animation remake for him where when he's the Fiend, obviously he's still doing the Fiend animation there. But I would love to see them have it where he comes through the door and stuff with the gear, like 2 different animations because he's basically like 2 different people. So here we go. Obviously, it's going to get a little more difficult as we go on. Obviously, the health is going to get higher and higher. The bleed is going to do what it needs to do, and we're going to be on our way. I get it that some people don't like him because of the gameplay and everything, but no lie, I mean, Bray Wyatt serves with his purpose. I believe he was a defensive. So, this thing was far more intimidating. You know what we're going to do? We're actually going to take the gear off because rightfully so, I think we're going to do like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation. We're going to do the first 2 matches with him in his funhouse gear. And then we're going to bring out his original. I love you too. So we're going to hop in here. Boom. Knock him down. Sit your ass down. Calm down. Let the grown folks talk. There we go. So yeah, I always liked the Funhouse gear, and it made sense because of the duality of the character. But honestly, his his animations hit a lot more when he's just the Fiend. Like the way they went in and showed care for his character. I mean, it's like, how can you hate? So we're going to go ahead. It's going to be a random. Might take out our power gems, which is fine. That is cool. It happens from time to time. Yep, it definitely happens. So boom, drop it. He's going to hit. We don't feel anything. Boom, we connect that. So then we load it up. Obviously, like I said, like this is a guy, his matches might take long, but he's another character just like a Zombie Austin or a Showboat Lita. He will get you the W. It might not happen in one turn, but he will get you to win. So that's why I'm knocking him out first, because I know for a fact that y'all gonna see what Uncle Howdy does, y'all. Y'all gonna see what Uncle Howdy does. So, like, again, like, this is where it gets fun, because now we're going to, I really, like, when they went in on the Fiend, I was highly disappointed, like, he didn't get the burnt up gear, like, when he came back and was set on fire. That would have been cool. They could have done a lot of things with the Fiend. And I still, like, I fanboy out and think about what possibilities it could have been if the Fiend was around for the Wyatt Six. They could have easily brought him back and made him look freaking intimidating as heck right next to Uncle Howdy. So we're going to take off the Let Me In Funhouse gear. The gear effect is still going to be on, but we're going to bring out, just look at this. Look at what they did for Bray Wyatt when he came back. Like, this is just epic. Everything. This is hands down still, to me, one of my favorite designs. The mask, everything. Like, they kept the mask as is when everyone else was editing it. You know what I mean? So now we're going to go in like this. And just the whole demeanor of everything just changes when he's the Fiend. Just glorious. This is why I'm always so excited, like, about when new characters come out, because Scopely has shown they can get in their bag, man. Like, if they want to, they can get busy with it. Like, there ain't no, like, they want to pull out the stops, they will. And they did Bray Wyatt justice. Like, this is my favorite Bray. This will always be my favorite Bray. No matter what's going on, this is my favorite version of Bray next to the Eater of Worlds. The Trickster version got a real cool rework, so he's like a monster now, and I do enjoy using him, but this doesn't take away from Bray, man. Bray was just on another level. He hit different. Boom, we're loaded up again with the bleed. Let it stack again. Again, it's getting a little more difficult now because obviously we don't have the other purple, the sub, loaded up. So it's a thing of tread lightly. And the power gems, no lie, I could have. I don't know, like with some characters, they're weird about. 1 minute they'll have you do a sub and the sub works. Like if you have multiply gems, it'll buff up the multiply gems after the sub. Other times it doesn't work. It doesn't buff. So it's literally one of those situations like, what do I want to do here? So Bray will survive. It's not over. Bray will live. But that hit, yeah, he's coming for it. He came for us deep. So, boom. And this ain't even that bad. Like, we're loaded up again. And there we go. Nighty night. We don't need a gem connect. We're just going to bleed you out. And then we got one match after this, and then we'll roll on to Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy is what I would like to call a glass cannon one-trick pony. Very similar to Julius Creed, if you will. There are many different ways that you can want to run Uncle Howdy, but just look at that outro. Just the way he looks up with the mask, it's far more intimidating than when he's in his sweater, his Mr. Rogers sweater, okay? But Uncle Howdy does have other builds, and they do look good. Like if you're reading them all on paper, they look solid. Realistically, though, there's only one build you're ever going to run with Uncle Howdy. And lo and behold, look what we got. Battle of the doppelgangers here. So, yeah. By all means, if someone ran Well, maybe we'll throw in a bonus match and see like if the power gems do beef up if you put Raphael and Michelangelo on there. A blend of the bleed and a blend of the bleed and the power gems. Maybe it works, maybe it don't. I don't know. But it's worth finding out. Even if it's only a smidgen, right? Even if it's only a smidgen, we'll see what happens. So, all right, it's gonna take a bit. Obviously, like they made it where you can win with the Fiend. So let's just make that clear. It might take you some time, but you will win. But Fiend, man, Bray Wyatt, one of my favorite wrestlers, hands down, always will be to this day. Grateful for it, but nonetheless, I'm still holding out faith. We could easily get a Hall of Fame Bray. We could very well get a Hall of Fame Bray, and I'm game for that. I'm full tilt game for that. So boom, we're loaded up again. He's going to put those down. Then he's going to load up. Boom. Then we just hit it again. We put these down. I'm trying to remember does he steal protect gems? I have to make sure. I know he steals something. Power gems. So he would steal those if he can get it off. Obviously, he's not going to. So boom, we do that. And then we hit that. 7-turn bleed, 7-turn sub. I really hope that maybe down the line the Fiend gets a buff so that his submission does a lot more damage and his bleed does get an increase. That would be really, really great. But we will see how the dice fall on it. We'll see what happens, right? So let's see what he goes for. Boom, we don't feel anything. All right, we could, man, he's going to go for his yellow anyway. Like, what's it matter? He's going to go for his yellow. Do. The black's right there. I'm hoping he goes for the yellow. I need that black. Wow, he went for the black. I'm surprised that he actually took that because of the simple fact that he's able to spam it so well. But I mean, AI sometimes makes some real smart moves, so I ain't going to take nothing away from it. Yoranagi. Boom. He's going to steal. What are you going to steal? There aren't no power gems on the board. I mean, extra damage is extra damage, I guess. All right. Hey. All right, so we'll take that, get fully loaded up. Boom. And it'll be over. Trust me, the amount of time we're spending with Bray, it ain't gonna be nothing but Uncle Howdy. I guarantee that. But man, I'm literally, man, the timing on this is epic. I love when moments like this happen in the game. That's literally where I'm at with it. I love when moments like this take place in the game where things just line up in a way you wouldn't expect it to. So, you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing, like now that I really think about it, like big brain fanboying about it, it's kind of cool when I think about it. I was able to recruit Uncle Howdy. I recruited Ministry of Darkness Undertaker, who was a big influence on Bray Wyatt. So literally it's like a full circle thing for like, I just love when things like that happen. You know what I mean? Like, wow, like you get like the wrestler that you dream about, the wrestler that you wanted and you were hopeful to get to recruit and acquire, and then next thing you know, like everything falls into place. Like, okay, we have Uncle Howdy over the weekend. The tour right out of the gate for this week is for Bray Wyatt, his brother. So it goes hand in hand. I love when stuff like that happens. Like, you could say it's being a mark, you could say it's a lot of things, but I love when certain things just line up, because you could call it an anomaly, but you know what? When it happens more than once, I don't think it's an anomaly. It's only an anomaly when it happens one time. But there have been a couple of situations where WWE champions and the good old folks at Scopely, they just made everything work. It all, like, whether they were intending for it to happen or not, it fell into place. So this is one of those moments where I'm saying everything fell into place. Like, wow, okay, we didn't get an S plus tier Bray, but we got Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, his little brother, and then we're starting off the final week of this MLC with Big Brother Bray. So, I love stuff like that. I love long-term booking like that, if you will. And he's going to get a 4 row break if he takes it. No, he did not take that. I thought he was going to drop the 3 and make it all connect. All right, that is fine. That is fine. We'll take this purple right here. Boom. And we'll bleed him out. We'll bleed him. It's over. Nighty night, man. Nighty night. You had no choice. You had to let him in. So boom, do the muscle man dance. Boom, going against myself. Ha ha. And then it's over. And then we're going to rock and roll into Uncle Howdy's. Yeah, it's done, man. Shh. Go to sleep. Nighty night. It's over. But I'm telling you, man, this just boom. Got you. Got everything. We're good. Now we pop out and we click up. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. So here we go. Uncle Howdy. Howdy ho. Yowie wowie. Now this is the build that we're running because this is the one that we can use. So we're going to set this up. I'm literally running them like I like how it's going to be after plus 99. That's just me. Not everyone has to do it. I get it. You could stack up damage, Zeke. You can do this. You could do that. I know what you mean. But I'd much rather just do it like this. This is real simple, man. Choose a column, making the trap gems. It's going to choose a column, make them into trap gems. Then if they're broken, they make black gems underneath them. Well, no, not really. If they're broken, it increases your yellow gem damage by 300% by 1 turn, and it also increases your yellow MP. That's the arrival one. So that's the setting up the column of trap gems broken by the opponent. It's going to deal 4 million damage. If broken by us, it deals damage, increases our yellow gem damage by 300% for 1 turn, and it increases our yellow MP. So there's the duality of all of his moves. I'm loving it. Similar to how the Usos are. The Tusos, all right? We the one. Then we got the crescendo. All you need is 1 snowfall gem. Literally, you put it on top of your trap gems. There you go. And it's going to make the black gems after that. You're turning your traps into blacks. Boom, loads up the arrival. You're good to go. So you can cycle again. Then you also choose a 3x1 area to make into pyros, which blow up, are going to make things in the yellow. Obviously, you just buffed up your yellow gem damage. Last but not least, we have the finale. All you're doing is making 1 road break gem at the base of your column of trap gems, and then you're destroying your 1 snowfall gem at the top. Easy. Everything sets itself up. You make the column of trap gems. Boom, increase your MP. You place your 1 snowfall gem at the top of the column. Then you set up your row of pyro gems. Following after that, you place your row break at the bottom column. Snowfall at the top of the trap column. Row break at the bottom of the trap column. Then you destroy your 1 snowfall. It hits the row break. It activates the pyro gems. Boom, yellow gem damage out the wazoo. So this is real easy. We got Brawn Breaker and Mellow for purple and yellow +4. No, black and purple +4. We got Brawn Breaker for 30% yellow gem damage. And we also have The Undertaker for this damage. Now, I do want to look something up just to see if something's different, because I do have a new entourage person on here. Huh. Yeah, we're doing that. Now it's the Great Muta. Yellow gems 30% damage, and then yellow moves do 30% more damage. So that is, yeah, we're cooking with grease. We also could realistically, if we wanted to, we could put John Cena there. John Cena could, you know what? Maybe we will. Maybe we'll play around with this. Think you would need the black, yeah, because realistically you would have the black, and then you would have the yellow. So we'll play around with this just a little bit. We're just getting into some shenanigans just because I want to make this count. Make this count. Make this a little bit realistic and a little bit out of reach. Because Muta and Carmelo, let alone Braun Breaker, that could be a tall task depending on your account, right? But everyone has Showboat Cena. Braun Breaker, he's a guy that's been around in a lot of polls, so you got a chance at him. So we'll take you off the Miz, and then what's our like our loadouts looking like? Nah, it's all good. So we'll actually go in here and see the stats. So yeah, we're at 115,000. So this is realistic. Like, this is a realistic run. Like, you could realistically use this loadout. And obviously some caveats, because you can replace Muta with a Hall of Fame Undertaker if you want to go that far. There's ways to make this happen. So we're going to go ahead and do this and just show you why Bo Dallas is a problem. And then we'll be out of your way. I'll be out of your hair. I swear. I swear I will. So, boom. I just love how he rolls out, just strolls out. Boom. Crazy. I am shook, though, that they don't have the Rotunda, that he doesn't have the Rotunda link, because there was a Rotunda link for IRS and Bray Wyatt, and I'm surprised that Bo Dallas isn't a part of that, because he is also a Rotunda. So, boom, this is what we're going to do. Boom, make that. Obviously, that would kick off. That would set up the John Cena, you know what I mean? Now we put the snowfall at the tippy toppy. Boom. And then we go to a place right here. This works because it connects all of the pyros. Last but not least, boom, we're going to put the row break down here and just watch the chaos and destruction unfold. So one is enough. One is enough. Saves you time. Boom. 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 And he gets it done. Like, I don't even have a strap on him. Don't have 100% strap. Don't have 150% strap. Don't have a skill plate on him. He just gets it done. You know what makes me think about things too? I'm surprised that the Eater of Worlds Bray did not have the rocking chair. That is something that, like, the attention to details on thing. That was the version of him that did have it. And when I think about it, I'm also intrigued at the fact that we never got a, well, I mean, they were around for a while, so they could have done an NXT Wyatt family. They could have done an NXT Wyatt family. They definitely could have. I'm going to go ahead and take care of Chad, and then I will go and take care of Julius Creed. Julio, the Fulio. So, boom, back at it, and rinse and repeat. And again, the build that I showed you, like, literally you can swap people out. If you don't have Carmelo, everyone should by now have striker Xavier Woods. So, boom, there's your +4 black MP. That helps you load up your yellows. So it is not the end of the world. We're going to place your pyro in between. So this is what we do. And I actually like how it's backwards. If you pay attention to it, you set your column up, then your MP goes up, right? Then your next move, you're placing your snowfall gem at the top, you're putting your pyro gems down bottom. But then following that for the finale, you're putting your row break gem at the bottom, and then you're destroying the snowfall at the top. It is small designs like that make me like, okay, I see what y'all cooking up over there, Furpo. I see you. I see the creativity here, and I absolutely love it. So, boom, there we go. Making Bray proud every single time. And with having him, man, like I said, I hope I can get Mercy the Buzzer by the end of the week. If I can get him, that would be amazing, because then I'm pretty sure I could lock in Charlotte Flair's gear. I'm pretty confident if it works out that way, I can get her gear if I get Mercy. We will see. And I'm praying that they come out with a good midweek contest where I actually have a shot. We're not going to do you carrying Cross. We're going to go back for Julius Creed. Julius Creed. Class advantage. Let's do this. So, boom. I love how it's a blend of the people he's going up against, like him and his family. American made. Now, here's a good question, too. Are they... Sometimes with WWE champions, they miss a lot of real golden opportunities. So my question is this. We just got the Creed brothers, right? So are we going to get an American-made tag link when Ivy Nile shows up into the game? Or are we going to have to get a new version of the Creed brothers, a new version of Chad Gable, and Ivy Nile coming into the game? That is the question that I am curious about, because they could easily they've done it before where they've added links and taken away links. So they very well could do the same. They could easily have Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, and give an American Made link with the Creed brothers that are already in the game, or they're just gonna rent them out and like we get a S plus tier Chad Gable, or you know what I mean? Like they could do that. I don't know what they'll do. I mean, I guess you can give us a waifu and Ivy now and make her free to play, and then have Julius. I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about it, because Julius is really good as an S tier. I would hope for him to get the Nikki Cross treatment and go up further. But him and Brutus switching and like Julius being an A tier and Brutus being the S tier, I don't know. And because they were the singlets, you could easily get away with them getting gear again. You could do that. You could do that for all four of them, if anything, you know? So I don't know. But yeah, man. Where's that Rotunda link at? Before I get too carried away. Hopefully I do get Mercy though. It's looking really good. I'm getting close, and that's the one that's going to hurt me the most if I get too close and I don't get it. But if I do get that gear, hands down, without question or hesitation, putting the 150% gem damage strap on her, putting the Fearless Leader strap on her right away, immediately, and just rocking and rolling. Honky Tonk Blues, Fearless Leader plate, and Charlotte's ready. Charlotte's ready with that gear on. I can beef up the damage even further. Got CM Punk for green gems. I could do a lot of shenanigans with her if I get that. We'll see. But I'm optimistic. I'm speaking it into existence that we can make it happen. We just got to see how it plays out. So this is the last week. And obviously Black Friday took a toll. So hopefully we can pull out a Hail Mary pass. I rarely ever go after gear that high. Like when the zombies had Becky Lynch, I was like, there ain't no way I'm getting this. I'm not going that far in and deep with it. But I'm very close to Charlotte, so I think it'll hurt even more if I pursue it and I don't get it. But boom, we got that done. That was awesome. It flowed. Might have been a little longer than usual, but it was worth the time spent with all of you. And I got to do something I really thought would be cool to do. Instead of running a showdown with Bray and Bo, I was able to do a tour a tour with Bray and Bo. So I can't beat that. And I enjoy both characters. Like again, the Fiend was one of the characters when as soon as like he showed up on the scene, I was in awe. I was in love because I was happy to know that Bray was coming back with a dark, twisted side. Did Vince McMahon and his people fumble him? Absolutely. But the character was the biggest thing over since Rover, and I was grateful to be a witness to it. So, I'm thankful for those kind of situations. So, here we are. We're here, and we're actually going to go ahead and do a check on it. We're going to go ahead and do a check just for my sake, because we are nearing the end. Okay, we're at 13. I don't know if I'm going to pull off 17,500. That's the terrifying part. I could, but it's like, at what cost? You know what I mean? I got to see how everything plays out. Obviously, they're going to have tours that pop up that get you a little closer, but I don't know, man. And I'm really shook on that. I don't know. This is one of those other situations. Like, this is my closest shot, like, where I haven't spent anything. I've literally spent nothing. I'm trying my hardest to get this. I'm like, even looking at the Mercy, I could have another another 100 and bring me closer to him. And I'm like, no, I'm too close to Charlotte. And I don't know. That's one of the downsides about it. It's like I'm trying my hardest to get this gear because I know how much it would be, and I love the character. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world because I love using her already, but I just know this kind of gear is something that would help her out so much. I'm just hoping for the best. That's where I'm at with it. But nonetheless, that is the video, y'all. I mean, it was an honor and a pleasure to play with my guy, the Fiend. Let me in. So this was awesome. Yowie wowie. I still think to this day that we could have gotten another Fiend. We could have got a powerhouse Fiend. I remember way back in the day, I made my little notepad, you know what I'm saying, with all my list of characters, you know what I mean? And the Fiend was one of them. And I literally thought, like, hey, pull up as a showboat, like the Mr. Rogers one, B1, and then also have a powerhouse version. Like, that's literally his epithet would have been Yowie Wowie. And boom, he been like a broken, cracked powerhouse, right? That day never came. It is what it is. But I will say this too. I understand where some people might feel differently about this, but hear me out. I think with the whole burnt to a crisp Fiend, I think that would have been a great opportunity for a zombie Bray, a zombie Wyatt, a Bray Wyatt. It would have made sense. Like, you could easily had, like, they could still do it. Like, that's the thing, because they also had, I think in 2K, they had another version of Bray Wyatt where I think he was like an alligator or something because of the swamp and stuff. There was a lot of things that they did. Like, you could have done like a full thing of Bray, like the Fun House of Horror or something for October, and have it be a S plus tier Fiend zombie, or you know what I mean? They could have done so much. There's so much that money that was left on the table, but also respectfully, you know, out of respect for his kids, his family, JoJo, his partner. I also get it too. So I'm not tripping about that at all. I just think because of the supernatural effect and everything with Bray, you could have got a whole lot more out of him. There was a lot. He was a creative genius. Like, after he was done wrestling, easily could have been in creative, easily, with the character work and everything. Because you really look at it, the Wyatt Six are his brainchild. That was his baby. That was his creation, where Triple H gave full control over to have it to be done right, and he was working it. And I'm just glad that the WWE picked up the ball and carried it, and they've done so well with taking care of his family, his friends, and the characters that he created and crafted. So, even though, it's the Wyatt Six, Bray's even though it's the Wyatt Six, we're here, MLE, Bray Wyatt's fingerprints are all over this, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So, I'm glad. So, to do a tour with him, and then in the same breath, do a tour with his brother means a lot. So, like, this is dope. Like, and think about it, like, whenever you play, if you opt to do that and play as Bo Dallas and the Fiend, this is something that could have been. That's something that could have happened if they got deep in the story with the Wyatt Six. And Alexa Bliss is supposed to be coming back soon. And we know that Nikki Cross is Abby the Witch. More than likely, Alexa Bliss will return and she will be Sister Abigail, because that's what they were leaning towards anyway. So, that's how we'll see. And she was really close with Bray too. So that's what we got. Like, you got to think, that would have been a stacked crew right there. You got Nikki Cross as Abby the Witch, Joe Gacy as Huskus the Pig Boy, Dexter Loomis as Mercy the Buzzard, Eric Rowan as Ramblin' Rabbit, Bo Dallas as Uncle Howdy, Bray Wyatt with his alt personality as the Fiend, and then because of the whole story with Sister Abigail, she could easily been the manager. Obviously she could wrestle too, because that's the thing. Like, even with Scarlett in the Final Testament, Scarlett can wrestle. They just opt for her to be the manager. You know what I mean? But the same concept with Alexa. She could easily take a step in if she needed to. It might not be the Wyatt Six, but the Wyatt Six itself, it's not a thing of it being the number six. It's a play on the word, but reality of it is, it's a family. So we'll see how things go. I'm excited to see. There's still a lot of creative things that have yet to be touched. So we will see. But with that being said, hey yo, hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last. but champions do. Mad love and respect to each and every single one of you and my beloved champions fam. Like the video, share the video, but most importantly of all, if you haven't done so, but you really rock with what you're listening to, what you're seeing, and you want to see what happens next, do yourselves a favor that costs you absolutely nothing by simply dropping a people's elbow on a subscribe button, as well as hitting a razor's edge on the bell icon to receive all future notifications from yours truly, the one and only bad guy of WWE Champions, Zeke 4-0, the most electrifying content creator in WWE Champions Entertainment. I love you all. I respect you all. I'm praying for you all tenfold. Let the good times roll. This was absolutely one of my favorite videos to record for each and every single one of you. Had an amazing talent up. Got to knock out a killer tour. 2 tours at that were just poetry in motion, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm glad that I get to be a part of your day. Or even if you're just coming across me, I'm glad to be a part of your day. So with that being said, y'all, God bless you all. Stay tuned. Take care until next time. Rest in paradise, Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, Wyatt 6. We're here. Peace.